So, okay, so.
Yes, okay.
Good morning, everyone. So, I'm pleased to welcome you all, Mr. Janak Jagdish Kulkarni. Mr. Kulkarni completed his bachelor's in electrical from MIT WPU and is currently working for NEC Corporation Private Limited as a cloud engineer. Today, he will be discussing about the business model canvas. I turn the session over to you, sir.
Janak, you are on mute. Yes.
Thank you, Minati, for your warm welcome, and thank you, MIT WPU, my teachers, Chetan sir, Amit sir, and all the teachers present here in the meeting. MIT has given me a lot, and I'm quite grateful to be here and share my experience with you and my experience with you. So let's start with today's session. So today's topic is business model canvas. So let's see in today's in today's meeting or today's session, we will cover we will start with what is business, then we will talk about business model, types of business models, what exactly business model canvas is, why should we use, and components of business models, and we will end up with the case studies like how to use business model canvas, and we will try to look out the examples so that we can get a clear idea how to use it. So yeah, before starting with our main content, I would like you to interact with me. Yeah, because the session is for interactive, to gain knowledge for you as well as learnings for me from you, because the more and more questions that will arise, we will have a healthy discussion and we will conclude something from that. So we will have a session, so please feel free to answer, please feel free to raise your queries as well. So let's start with a simple question. What is business? Do you, anyone of you have any idea what exactly is business? Okay, so let me start. So a business is nothing but the sale of goods or the services to make profit. We start business to earn profit, to have a revenue out of it, to have some kind of personal income through it. That's the main motto of having a business. So how we get the profit? It's through mutually beneficial exchange. So whenever it will be any kind of business, koi bhi business ho, right from the, let's take the example of freelancer. Freelancer is offering a service to the customer, and in exchange he is getting money. So that's the consumer or the customer needs that freelancing service. It's his need, and the freelancer needs money. It's his need. So they both are getting beneficials mutually with the exchange of whatever they have in their hand or in their pockets. So what is business? Business is a sale of goods and service to make profit. So the output of any business is a revenue. कोई भी हो काम करता है तो कुछ कमाने के लिए उसमें से. So that's what we call as a revenue. To run a business, we need to put our investments, our money into that business. So we called it as expenses. जो पैसा हम business में लगाते हैं, वो उसको कहते हैं expenses. So what's the profit? Profit is revenue excluded expenses. So abhi humko next we have discussed about the businesses. So why we need to model a business? Because as the motto of doing a business is earn a profit. Or when we need to have the output set to get it, we need to plan accordingly. And for that, we need to ask questions like why, what, and how. So business model answers this your question. So what you are offering, how you gonna offer, and what will be the output, how you earn the profit. These are the three basic questions when it comes to the business. And that's why we need to plan our business, and business model is just planning to earn a profit or to run a business. So let's talk about business model. So what is a business model? It's about creating, delivering, and capturing value. So when in early stage of starting a business, we need to answer few basic questions, as I said earlier, like what, how, and why. So let's take example. If I'm talking about starting a e-vehicles market, what we are offering when we are trying to build a business model for e-vehicles, we are offering a service or offering a product of e-vehicle. That's first step. Offer what we are offering, what we are putting value to the customers. When we are starting a business, a customer will ask you a question: why should I buy your product, or why should I choose a product of particular brand or your brand only? So what you are bringing value to the customers. अगर आपको पैसे चाहिए तो आपका प्रोडक्ट भी यूनिक चाहिए, आपका प्रोडक्ट जो है वो कुछ वैल्यू ऐड करना चाहिए, क्योंकि एज अ कस्टमर लेट्स सी आई एम पुटिंग अप, मैं अभी एज एन टीम लीड आई एम पुटिंग अ प्रोजेक्ट and I am putting my paperwork or a feasibility study with my manager. First question that my manager will ask me, Janak, हमें क्यों करना है? So that's first question. Offer what we are offering to the customers. So in offer there are 2 points. First is value proposition and second is product market. You must be clear कि ये product, अपना जो product है, अपनी जो offer है और ये हम जो सर्विस देने वाले हैं, that we are offering, the service that we are offering to the customers, what will be the value that will be added by our service or product to the customers क्यों आना चाहिए अपने पास? And second is product market. You must be clear, because you are offering the service of, let's say, Instagram, social market or the social media. What is your market? Your market is teenagers and young people, not the old or the not the persons of age 50 plus. They are not going to offer, they are not going to purchase your service, they are not using your service or the product. So you must be clear when it comes to offer about 2 things. First is a value proposition, what value that you will be adding to the customers, and second will be the product market. What is your product market? Which are your target consumers? That's the second point that I am coming up. Second point is customers. You know what your service is, what's your, what the values or what the service that you are going to give to the consumers, how they gonna help them, what is your product market, what area you want to set target upon, and second thing is customers. You need to know your customers, because you have great product, but if you are wrong consumers, your product gonna fail. The classic example of it will be the Tata Nano. Tata Nano was financially viable. Tata Nano had a great infrastructure. It offered a great product to the market, but it failed. Why? Because their marketing style, marketing strategy, how they marketed their product as the cheapest car. No one wants to buy a cheap product. So target consumer. So you must be clear about who your target consumers are. Are they childrens? Are they teenagers? Are they young adults? Or are they old people? So for let's example, have you heard about First Cry? How many of you have heard of First Cry? Okay, so First Cry is a mom and child's service providing or product providing e-commerce venture. If they are their target should be the moms or new parents. If they are targeting the teenagers, it won't work. Their whole idea of product and offers won't work. So you have great offers, you have your target consumer set, then what comes? It comes the infrastructure. Why infrastructure? Because let's again take the example of e-vehicles. E-vehicles are great product, they have their value proposition, They have their product market ready. They have set their customers. But why we are hesitant to buy vehicles as of today? Because we know that there is no great charging infrastructure as of now. There is a bigger question mark on the infrastructure point of view. So you need to discuss, you need to plan, you need to model your infrastructure as well. And lastly, the financial viability. When you are planning about your business, you need to have financial viability. You have to check, because at the end of the day, you need profit to run a business. You need a revenue to keep running your business. So profitability, revenue, and cost. So for example, if you are following up the Netflix in India, in Indian market currently, Netflix is in quite because they are offering a great service. They have their customers, they have their infrastructure, but the pricing, maybe pricing or maybe other issues, they are not financially viable as of now. So they are trying to redevelop their business model. They are coming with offers and everything. So your business model should be creating, delivering, and capturing values, and they must be well equipped with these four components. First one will be the offer. What offer, what values or what services you are going to put to the give to the consumers. What is your product market? Second is customers, your target consumers, whom gonna get your service. Third is infrastructure, your resources, how you gonna help them after sales. And fourth is financial viability, like you need to give great service at reasonable price as of your competitors, or even you, if you are the whole in the fully on single hand market, you need to have that financial viability to keep your business running. So there are basically four types of business models. First is business to business. So what does business to business do? Business to business will be like one business helping another business. For example, it will be the HR services, HR vendorships when it comes to the placement, or even we can say placement sales. They have their own business of college, and are they are getting along with the other business like IT industries, and they both come together. They have their mutual beneficial exchange, as the motto of placement sale is to place their college students, and the motto of IT industries is get to have great mind onboarded on their businesses. So they are getting mutually beneficially exchange, and they are doing their business with each other. So that's the example of business to business. Second comes the business to consumer. So can anyone of you give me the example of business to consumer? So in business to consumer model, what they do is your a business or a industry or a service provider directly directly get contact with the consumers. For example, Domino's, they have their product and they are directly interacting with end customers. Third one is the consumer to business model. What they do in this case. So the basic example of this consumer to business model is freelancers or the sites like LinkedIn. So business business person or the businesses puts their query on the sites like LinkedIn or Angel Jobs or something like We Work Remotely and many others. So what freelancer what do? Freelancers search for that projects or the contracts, analyze it, and provide their service to the businesses. So it's like consumer to business model. And last one is consumer to consumer. What they do here exactly? They just provide a platform. For example, eBay. eBay don't have their infrastructure. They're just providing a platform. One consumer is selling their product to another consumer only. So are you clear with business models, types of business models?
Yes, sir.
So let's start with our main agenda of today's session, business model canvas. We have seen what is business, we have seen model, and now we will see what is business model canvas. So business model canvas is just a strategic management tool to quickly analyze and define, communicate a business idea or concept. Now, see, we have discussed what is business. We have seen what is exactly the business model, what are the components or what are the parameters that we have to see to plan your business or model your business. So your business model canvas just talk about your, they try to answer your questions. Like I said earlier, you when planning a business, you must ask quite questions like why, how, and what. So it's just a one-page document which works through the fundamental elements of business or product structuring an idea in a coherent way. So let's see. Yeah. So this is the just one tool document that we are trying to focus on. Yeah. So these are the components. This is how they it is structurally planted or augmented in a page. So why business model canvas? Why we are planning? We can plan it in any way. So why it is important to have a canvas or use such a format or a standard format, or why that it's well defined format that's been used by industry from so long and it will be used further as well. So it gives a quick overview. It gives overview easily. It communicate a clear idea what's your business is, who are your customers, your it's talk about your finances, and it's talk about your infrastructure, and it helps to visualize idea. Like whenever we are starting a business, we have an idea, we visualize that idea in your mind, in our mind. But when it comes to deploy it in a real market, when it comes to start a business in real world, it will be a huge gap in your visualized idea and your implemented idea. So it helps us to transform from the visualized idea to a real business. These are the three key points. That's why we are using business model canvas. So let's talk about the components of business model canvas. There are total 9 components: customer segment, value proposition, channel, and customer relationship. That comes under customer sides, which are the external parameters of your business. Then comes the key resources, key activities, key partners. That comes into your business side. That's business internal. And most important when it comes to business, it's finance. So components like revenue streams and cost structures talk about your finances. Further, it can be divided into 2 parts. One is business, customer, and one is execution. So let's talk about it one by one. Let's talk about customer segment. First, whenever you are trying to get into the market, you need to set your customers. Who your customers are. So you want to plan your business for the children's. You want to plan your business for the adults, or what age group, or what techno savvy, non techno savvy, or the pharmaceutical. What kind of service? What kind of customers that gonna use your services? So as you can see here, in customer segments, what we see, for whom we are creating value, who are the most important customers, because they are the most important component of your business, customers, because they will help you to earn a revenue, earn a profit, and helps you to get your business running. So who are they? Are they mass market? Are you trying to capturize the whole market, or are you trying to put your product for some part of that market, maybe a pharmaceutical market, engineering market, or the layman's market? What segment? Or are your product is for the boys, or it is for the girls, or it is for the some other segments like the business? Do you want to have your business with business, or you want to have multi-sided platforms, or you want like let's talk about my what I am doing in NSC. So I'm working on the cloud. So whenever I am trying to start a new project or a new business, I need to figure out the services that I am gonna offer are for whom. Is it for the telecommunication cloud? Is it for the public cloud? Or is it for the private cloud? So your customer segment component, talk about it, your customer types, your consumers, your set of consumers. Then comes the second point, it's value proposition. So what is value proposition? Value proposition is nothing but the your service or the products, because that's your product is the value that's gonna add to your consumer, that's gonna help your consumer. So whenever we are talking about value proposition, we talk about our offers, or what we are offering to the market, or what we are offering to the consumer. So when we talk about value proposition, we need to discuss, we need to solve the customer's problem. We need to find out what exactly the customer's need is. Like my product is for the teenagers, or the for the age group of 18 to 30. I need to find out what their problem is, what actually they needed, or what are the problems they are facing. Without that, I can't plan my business. I can't offer a solution, because I'm trying to have product for the age range of 18 to 30. I can't offer toys to that customer segments. I need to have some tech savvy, or the if I put my offer in kind of having social media for the job portal like LinkedIn, that gonna offer me a revenue, that gonna offer me a profit. So it's value proposition talks about your products, its offers, what you are trying to solve, what's your product qualities, or what is your product. It value proposition talks about it. So third comes the channel. We have talked about customer segments. We have talked about our product. We are clear about what is our product is. We are clear about for whom it is built. We know point A, we know point B, but we need a route to reach from A to B, and channels offer just that route. So maybe we can call it channels or the distribution channels. So throughout which channels do our customers want to be reached? How we are reaching them now, which ones work best and are cost efficient? So let's talk about, let's take an example of electric vehicle. We have our own brand. Let's talk about Tata Nexon EV. We have our product, that's a great product. We know our customers, we know whom to target, who are the people that gonna pay up or put a bet on our product. But how we want to reach out our customers, how we are trying to give our service or our products to the customers. It's that's the channel, that's the route is talked in the distribution channel. So Tata have their manufacturing hub or manufacturing company located maybe in the Pune, or maybe in the Bengaluru, or maybe in the Haryana, at a certain place. That's the product is built, but their customers are placed all over the India. So they have their distribution channels through the dealerships, and they are reaching out to their customers through distribution channels, like maybe Tata Electric Vehicles dealership, or maybe they are putting their service centers. They are trying to reach their customers through social media. They are trying to put customers. They are reaching out to customers' home over a call. It all comes under your distribution channel. You have your channel set, then comes the relationship with the customers. Like we have now our value proposition sorted, we have customer segment sorted, we have distribution channels sorted. Now we need to be in we need to have keep conversation going with our customers to re-enhance our product, to get a feedback, because it's easy for the set businesses because their customers and feedback is set. But when it's come to the new business, customer relationships plays a vital role. So what comes like personal assistance, dedicated personal assistance, self-service, automated service, communities, and co-creation. That comes under the customer relationship. So let's talk about an example. Let's say I have a product. I have a product called Snapchat. All we are using it. But whenever we face problems, we are getting lags, or our product is not working out properly. Or example, I am the customer, but I forget my password. Whom to reach? They have dedicated help desk, but it's self-service relationship with the customer because they have their documentation ready. We just go out at that page, we follow that document and solve our problems. Let's talk about another example. We have inverters at our home. We purchase an inverter from the dealer, but whenever we face an issue, we called out to the help desk, and a dedicated personal technician comes at your place to help you to solve the problems. So this is the personal assistant kind of customer relationships. Or when you talk about when you join any job, or you are working on the Python, let's say Python or the Java, you are trying to program or trying to build and feature to your existing product, but you are getting a bug and you are not able to solve it. Whom you reach? Will you get an personal assistance? No. Will you get a self-service? Maybe you can refer document, but it's not always useful to refer a document, because every time you won't be able to solve your problems using documents only. So you have a communities, because lots of people are using the Java or the Python, and they are helping each other to solve a problem. So though Python and Java are the open source platforms, there are communities that helps each other to solve their problems. So we have talked about value proposition, we have talked about customer segment, we have talked about distribution channels and customer relationships. So these 4 components comes under customer external kind of view, though it can be debatable, because value proposition is kind of 50-50, both comes inside the business as well as kind of consumer consumer facing component as well. So these 4 components comes under the umbrella of customers. So we have our customer segment ready. We are very much clear about what are the services or what are the products that we are trying to give to our customers. We have our route sorted to reach out to the point B from the point A, that means from values to the customers, and we have our plans sorted for the customer relationships. So we are ready with our business for the customers, but to run a business you need some resources to build a business. You need resources. Let's talk about starting your own business in e-commerce. Let's take example of Flipkart. So to offer a service, to offer a market on your website, what are the key resources that will be needed to the Flipkart? First and foremost is web developers. They need management trainees. They need human resource. They need product managers. They need finance or the finance manager or the someone from the commerce background to have their financial models. So these are the resources. Resources is nothing but the infrastructure or the manpower or the any component that helps to build a business is comes under the umbrella of resources. So we have our resources ready. So what the key resources do? So key resources helps to carry forward or carry on your activities to run a business. So maybe production, problem solving, platform, networks. These are the activities. So let's say we are talking about Tata EVs. So what are the activities? Manufacturing, its marketing, after sales service. These are all the activities that should be provided or that should be done for the business of electric vehicles by the Tata. And whom they do? Who does that activities? Are the resources like their HR manager who onboard the resources or onboard the intellectuals. Then comes the mechanical engineers who design the vehicle. Then there will be the aerodynamics engineer who will take care of the aerodynamics of the vehicle. There will be the electrical engineers who will take care of that electrical systems, batteries and motors, etc., etc. There will be the final costing manager who will have a plan at what price it should be sell, what will be the cost price, what will be selling price, what are the offers that should be given so that it must reach to the more number of the customers who are there. There will be a product manager who will offer their insights to get the more and more feature in the cost in the minimum price. These are all the activities that will be taken care by the key resources. So the big businesses or maybe any businesses need some partners to run the businesses because hello. Okay. So you need partners because let's carry forward with our existing example of Tata Elect. Tata on their own can't have all these things done. They need vendors. Maybe there will be some company who will provide them the wheels. There will be some company or some business that will help them to weld their chassis. There will be some business who will provide them the components like batteries or the motors or the headlights. So they comes together, all the business comes together. They have a partnership. They have they comes together and build their product and comes to the market. So they are the partners. They may be, it can be the strategic alliance. They can be a joint ventures. So have you, anyone of you remember Tata Docomo? So it was a joint venture in between Tata and Docomo. Docomo was the Japanese telecommunication company who have their idea, and Tata was helping them in Indian with infrastructure in Indian subcontinent. It can be a buyer supplier relationship, like whenever we want to purchase a product of Tata, we get into the Tata dealership. Or maybe there will be a strategy and growth manager, a strategic alliance or a consultant who will help them to have their strategy built, who will help them to grow their business and have their business in profit. So we have covered this 7 components which talks about business and customers. But there comes the cost and the revenue, because we do business for the sake of having the profit. We do business for getting a revenue and have a profit out of it, because we are offering a service for earning a money. So what are the revenue streams? Like we can have we can generate revenues through multiple way. So for what value our customers are willing to pay, we need to check. We need to check for what do they currently pay. Like if I am starting a business of OTT, I need to check my competitors like Netflix, Amazon Prime, what they are offering, what kind of shows they are offering, at what price, what is their revenue model, how they are earning profit, how they are charging people or their consumers. So how are they currently paying? These are the questions comes under revenue streams. So if you see, if you are taking the Wi-Fi services, it will be the usage fee. They will charge you accordingly your uses. Maybe if you are let's talk about Zomato. Zomato have 2 kind of revenue streams. They have subscription as well. They have booking fees or brokerage fees. Maybe there will be some patents. You are building your business on the patents. You have patent and you want to market it. You want to monetize it. So you will license your patent maybe for the 100 years, 50 years, and earn a certain amount and get a certain amount from the operators. So these are the revenue streams. Maybe you can you can ask your consumers to pay in form of access sales, you as a users fee or the subscription fee, licensing, or many more revenue streams are there. And after that, the last components comes the cost structure. So what cost structures talks about? So your cost structures talks about the money that you are putting in your business. So let's say if I am trying to build a product or a vehicle, let's talk about my own project from the Tata team board. So we were building a electric two-wheeler. So what are the key components we need to build chassis? For chassis, we need the material, we need the battery, we need the DC motor, we need sensors or handles, and many other things. So we need to have a cost sheet, like what is the amount or what is the cost price for the building and chassis, what is the service charges for that I need to pay to the workers, or what are the price for the battery, what is the price for the DC motors. And after that I need to check the cost of that whole product. I need to add my profit into it. I need to add percentage for the dealers. I need to subtract the offer, maybe 5% offer, 10% offer that's I am going to offer on my product. And apart from that, I need to add the taxes that's needed to pay to the government, and plus your profit. So cost structure talks about that. So what will be your selling price? What is the profit that you can take on your current product according to the market? What is the market size? Looking all over this product and its market, we decide the cost, and its cost structure is decided. So these are the components, and how that we have talked about how to use this business model canvas and use that components to plan our business. So are you clear till here? Anyone of you have any kind of any kind of doubt here till here? Hello.
Yes, Janak. One guy is there, Harshit.
Yeah,
So
sure.
he asked in chat, sir, can we patent our business model or can we patent only the idea?
You can patent your idea because revenue model or business model can be copied because it's a generalized thing. Like we can see that Flipkart and the Amazon, though they are working in the same market, they have different kind of business models or revenue models, but it can't be patented. Your idea can be patented as per my understanding or my understanding is concerned, but we need to
Okay,
check
sir.
the patent.
Now, can you tell me the idea of Amazon? Like, what is the idea of Amazon?
No, I have not studied the case study of the Amazon, but I certainly know that Flipkart and Amazon have different business models.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So let's this is the case study for the automotive industry. So let's go through it once. The first part is the customer segment. So can maybe someone's is in unmute mode. Can they switch off their mic?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I have just.
So let's go through this case study. So this is the case study for the automotive industry. Their customer segment. So customers looking for an affordable vehicle with great fuel efficiency. Customers looking for stylish vehicles with good performance. Customers concerned with automobile safety. Primarily middle class families who need a 4-door sedan for everyday use, and mass market. So these are the customer segments. So this product, the owner of this product or the business for this product, businessman for this product is trying to have 5 types of customers they are trying to target. First one is the people who are trying to look out for the affordable vehicle with great mileage. Second one will be they don't have restrictions of money, but they want a stylish vehicle with good performance. There will be some kind of people who need safety, and there will be the people who are more into have more features in minimum price. They are not more concerned about the safety. Then there will be the people of middle class families like me who need a vehicle for their as a sake of traveling for minimal travel, and there will be a mass market open to all. So they have their customer segments. They have targeted their customers, and after that it comes to the value proposition. So to provide effort, so what are the values that businessman trying to put is like they have decided to have their business product with the features like affordable and stylish car with great efficiency and safety to everyday people who need to travel or commute often. So let's talk about Maruti Suzuki. Maruti Suzuki is one of the pioneer in the automotive industry, but they are not into the luxury cars. Their target customers are the middle class and higher middle class families. So their vehicle, or let's take example of any Maruti vehicle. Their features comes like this: affordable price, stylish cars. They have great mileages. Though they are not uh, concerned more about safety, but they have decent safety, and they have great after sales service as well. So these are the values. That's why people in India tend to buy the Maruti vehicles. So third point is the channels. So they go to the customers, they sell their products through the distribution channels with key partners. They have paid advertisements on multiple media channels as well as influencer advertisements, car shows, and dealership for the automotive sales. So whenever there is a launch of new vehicle, we see that the YouTubers of automotive channels, they get their vehicles for to test and market it. They, they get money to talk about that product or that car or that. In fourth point comes is customer relationship. So excellent customer and maintenance service, dealerships that are customer focused to help with vehicles inquiries and purchase, and customer service call centers. So they are trying to get in contact with their customers through channels like customer service, maintenance service, after sales service, or help desk, something like that. So this talks about uh, their way to reach out to the customers, or their thoughts process on the customers external kind of view. So when let's talk about the business or uh, internal planning of your business. There comes the three components as discussed: key resources, key activities, and key partners. In key resources, we talk about human capital in engineers for research and development, manufacturing equipments, raw materials, and the trade car show time slots and panels to market vehicles. So these are the resources that are or the infrastructure that are building your product and helping to take the activities for your product, like extensive safety testing, automation testing, R&D. As we all know, every automotive vehicles comes to the AI for the testing. So it's activity to build a vehicle and get it tested from the AI. For the testing at AI, you need to have your internal testing, because we don't want to directly go to the testing authority. Before that, we need to have testing done internally at your own premises. So for that, you need infrastructure like machines and everything that is needed to test that vehicle. Then comes the partners, as we have discussed earlier. There will be the vendors, there will be the dealers, there will be the raw material suppliers that will help you to build your product, and there will be the dealerships, etc., stocks, market, and primary channel with customers. So we have talked about business internally and externally with customers. So in this case study, let's talk about cost structure and revenue streams. So what is the revenue stream? It can be revenue streams comes from the sale of vehicles. Secondary, it comes from the maintenance and servicing. And third, customers can pay upfront or through finance. So these are the three revenue streams that they have decided. And lastly, the cost structure. So for the automotive industry, cost structure mainly talks about their cost for R&D, fuel efficiency metrics, car specifications, and features. It talks about marketing and sales for multiple platforms, and it talks about sourcing and getting the brand ambassadors and key partners on board on large scales. So this is the case study for our business model canvas. So business model canvas is nothing but a one-page document which gives you clear idea, which answers your questions that like what, how, why, to have your visualized idea to into a real business. That's from my side. I'm open to any questions if you have.
Yes, thank you, Janak. If anyone have question, they can ask him. They can interact with Janak.
One more thing, for your any queries like academics, your questions regarding the placements or any other thing, you can reach me out on my email ID, WhatsApp, Instagram, or even on the LinkedIn. The details are being shared on the screen.
Actually, my 2-3 students are currently working on a certain patent. So they
Okay.
want to build a particular business on that patent. So they are a little bit worried about that. So can you just explain that patent-based business at 2-3
Okay. So
points?
yeah, so for patent based business, first thing, like the patent lawyer maybe help you to have your idea getting patented. After that, there are two options in front of you to model a business upfront on it. One is licensing. Just give permission to any of the businessman to use your patent, you use your idea to monetize it and get the certain shares from the profit. That's the one model that you can use, licensing. And second one is having a joint venture, your idea and some other person's infrastructure, together you work and earn a profit. And thirdly, you can do is start your own business without having any kind of direct cooperation with any other person.
Yes. Thank you very much, Janak.
Yeah. So in case you need, I have many more material in for the plagiarism and the patents. So maybe I can help you.
Yes. I will tell students to contact you in that case.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Thank you very much, Janak. If
Yeah.
anyone is having any doubt, they can ask. Otherwise, we will wind up the session. Okay, Janak. Then
Yeah.
we will wind up the session. If anybody is having doubt or any query, they can reach out to you on these links. You can note his email ID, Instagram account, and LinkedIn account. Okay, Janak. Thank you very much. This is very informative session related to business and all the business elements and model. So I hope we can meet for more interaction in our campus next time.
Yes, sir, sure.
Yes. Thank you. So we will end the session now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Almighty for giving me a platform and always helping me out in a difficult situation as well.
Yes, definitely. Sure. Thank you.